All right, everyone, welcome to week number 5. So I'll keep this video very, very short. So I know last week was a lot of work. I'll start to grade that and get that back to you. It'll come kind of in dribs and drabs, but it'll be back to you by next Saturday, Sunday. Um, this week, I wouldn't say is a light week, but it is definitely a lighter week than week 4. So let's just go over what the text readings are. So you'll need to review chapter 9. Chapter 9 talks about the control environment and how you set up financial controls, which is key. The best way you set up financial controls is you set up an annual budget, you set up targets with employees, and you say, this is what I expect to meet the overall goals. Then you have monthly reviews. Some companies do weekly reviews, some companies do quarterly reviews. It all depends kind of on the control mechanism and how mature the business is, would be how you would set your controls up. You'll also take a look into chapter 3, which is social responsibility. So this week's more in the financial realm of how to control a business and how to get the expected outcome out of the business. And keep in mind, people are going to do and perform what they expect you to come along and check as a leader and as a manager. So that's kind of real key. Then there's some videos on Porter's 5 forces. And then responsible leadership and sustainability. So make sure you watch those. All right, the main written project for this week is around Uber, and the project is not it's not a traditional consulting report that you've been doing. This is a PowerPoint presentation. Think of this as an elevator pitch on Uber and how they're financially doing. All of the answers that you need is in the additional supplemental financial slides, and you are more than welcome to utilize the the supplemental financial slides relating to Uber. All right. So if you go in here, you look at the annual meeting, there's supplemental information in each of the quarters. There's supplemental information in the annual report. So please feel free to use that. If you want to copy paste, just make sure you make a citation. And keep in mind when you're doing these elevator pitch type presentations, it's about conveying a message in a pictorial format. So if you have a slide that has 200 words on it, you need to refine that. You need to get your message across in very little words as possible, and you need to use charts. You need to use graphs. You need to use pictures to drive your point home and to drive your analysis home. This is a real art to do this, and if you know how to do it well, in the consulting world, you do really, really good. What I will do, I will share with you a video from a German guy that used to work, I think he worked at McKinsey, or I think it was McKinsey is where he worked. And he talks about how to do presentations. And it's all about being crisp, keeping your formatting the same, and having a very well focused message. And if you think you can sit down in front of PowerPoint, bang this out in 15, 20 minutes, you're wrong. Because myself, I do presentations each month on the financial results, and it takes me hours to get that the way I want it to look and the message that I want to send and the message I want to highlight. So please make sure you spend plenty of time on this. Don't wait till Sunday to an hour before it's due. Take plenty of time to do this. All right, so after you've done your readings, you take a look at the Uber material. Just make sure that you do your quiz number 2. Do your quiz after you do your readings. Of course, it's an open book quiz, but the readings will ensure that you get 100% or an A. Then the last thing that I want to remind you of is the Excel project it's again due in week 10. You only have to do the first 2 lessons. The other lessons are done throughout the MBA program. So you only have to do the first 2 for this course. You submit it in week 10, I give you the grade, and it's all good. If you've already taken another course and you've done lesson 1 and lesson 2, just post your certificate out there and I'll give you the grade, no issue. There's also a supplemental course. Um, if you want to do this, again, this is optional. It's a non-graded activity. Again, on the Excel, if you need to know how to log into that, that's back in Learning Module 1. It's the same platform as the coaching versus mentoring, and it's free. You should not have to pay for that. Then next week, you have your milestone 2. So please take a look at the milestone 1 feedback I give you. I noticed about half of the class spoke about the SWOT analysis they did. If you're going to talk about something and kind of lean on it so heavily, stick it in as an appendix. Let me see it. Because a lot of people were referring to it, but then it wasn't there. So don't be afraid to stick in an additional page. That's not that big of a deal. Also, I encourage you, make sure you're reading the instructions and make sure you're reading the grading rubric. It can save you a lot of time and it can save you a lot of frustration. So other than that, I'll keep this short. If you need anything, please drop me an email. Otherwise, I wish you a great week. And we're getting close to Thanksgiving, so I hope everyone's getting energized to see family and have some good food. So speak with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.